Tell me about your first day in Nam. What memories can you share?
Well, I was. They opened the door to the aircraft that we had flown over on, and the heat just permeated you right off the bat. It was hot as it was about noontime, uh, and when we had landed, and it was very, very hot. And we got our stuff together, whatever we were carrying with us, and we disembarked the plane. And it was sandy. It was at Guantanamo Bay. It was at
Cameron?
Cameron Bay. Thank you very much, Cameron Bay. And the first thing we did was we were assigned barracks, and it was hot.
Very hot.
And they gave us time. They said we aren't going to do anything with you until tomorrow. And we went and took a shower. I went and got undressed, went to take a shower, and there was about 15 of us, and people were waiting to take showers. It was pretty hot. And some mama sons were walking through, cleaning out, doing what mama sons were doing and getting paid for, cleaning out the shower, and got dressed, went over to the barracks, the hooch, and went over to get something to eat out of the cafeteria, out of the mess hall. Uh, and I drank a lot of water, I was so hot. Even in there, it was hot. It didn't seem like the air conditioning was going to save us. Um, Went and watched a movie. Later on, when it got dark, I'd gone back to the hooch, hung out there till it was time for dinner, and we went and got dinner. I sat through another hot one, and they were showing a movie, and I don't remember what the movie was. It might have been Patton.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they were trying to, but I'm not sure. Uh, we watched the movie, went back and tried to sleep, couldn't sleep. It was just hot, and spent the night talking with a bunch of guys where they were from. Some were from Washington, and they finally sunrise came for the next morning, and I hadn't really slept well at all. But we went over to where personnel was and got our assignments. Now I was a paratrooper, and I expected to get sent to the 173rd Airborne or to the 101st Airborne. And I was surprised they sent me to. My orders were for an engineering outfit at a place called Phan Rang on the coast. It wasn't too far from the coast, but it was still hot. It was hot on that beach in Cameron Bay. It was, and I asked if these are correct orders. They said, "Yeah, we're sending you to an engineering outfit at Phan Rang." So I waited around for a few hours, and group of us were also they were actual engineers. Uh, Jumped on a deuce and a half truck and rode over to Phan Rang, to our headquarters. Me, I was a medic, as I had said, and so I was introduced to the first aid station. And the first thing the doc said was, "Oh, we have way too many medics. Too many medics." And I said, "What are you going to do?" He said, "We'll have to find something for you to do." And they made me the colonel's driver. The engineer battalion was run by a colonel who was had gone through ROTC, and he was an engineer, but he was in a National Guard. And he was a very, very pleasant man to listen. He was a good listener, and he was a great talker. Uh, Interesting life. So I had been introduced to him, and he said, well, report to supply, pick yourself up a weapon and some ammo, and we're going to take a ride to one of the fire bases and check and see how they were doing out. The Viet Cong, and they blew up culverts, that kept the water from going over the road instead of went under, but they would blow those up and they would have to be repaired. Now we took a ride for about 30 clicks out to this culvert that was being worked on, and it was hot. All the while, all I could think was, how am I going to get through a year of this? It was that hot. I had my sleeves down. We got back and got assigned to the hooch I was staying in, and I was sunburned. My face and neck and forearms were sunburned. You had your sleeves rolled up. And it was an Article 15 if you got sunburned enough where you couldn't work, they would fine you. We were property of the United States Army. And I learned about putting on uh, suntan lotion, 40, 50, whatever I could get on. But I spent the next day or two just, my face was so burned. But we went to eat. They had a nice mess hall. I was surprised. Yeah, the food was good, not like at Cameron Bay. I mean, Cameron Bay. Yeah, their food left a lot to be desired.
Oh, hi, how are you?
And they had cold milk, chocolate milk, and I thought I was doing real well. It was a good place to be. Okay, it was a good start. But I was always an extra medic.